Yo, 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 Big Cash back up in here. I promise y'all, I'm coming with the X collage, but something was heavy on my heart and it's been weighing on my mind. And I just wanted to go over this. There was this book, this sister, well, I ain't gonna say young, this sister had came out with called Black Fatigue. What is going into is like it's a separation between black people and the ninja. We know the ninja. They typically in groups, they always arguing, they real loud, they quick to fight. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I wanted to get into this is because that mindset, that being angry all the time, wanting to fight and wanting to argue all day, that is crashing. And when I was doing the X collage, I'm saving my videos, right? I'm bookmarking my videos. All I see is young thug, young thug, young thug. Did he snitch? Did he not snitch? Did he snitch? Did he not snitch? Did he snitch? Did he not snitch? That is crashing on itself. That whole YN mindset, that whole, that ratchet mindset, that whole fighting on the cruises and, not being able to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to know how to act in public, not being able to treat your people the way you want to be treated. But you go to these other nations of people and you all of a sudden know how to act. You know how to act when it come down to everybody else, but you don't know how to act when it come down to your own people. So this video I had saved, but I never went over it. But just that young thug stuff and all of that, who's snitching on who, and I can't stand you ninjas, and I don't like y'all, and I'm ready to get down with anybody. I'm ready to square up with anybody. But when it come down to anybody in any other nations, you ain't got no problem with them. Yeah, you know how to act cool. You know how to correct your words. You know how to say full sentences. And you know how to be pleasant, and you know how to, yeah. This video is called People Are Tired of Ghetto People and Ratchet Culture. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description for purchase. Hey, look, avoiding the manufactured mindset. Just because you was born this way, right, and you're a product of your environment, doesn't mean you have to continue throughout life being this way. I was that way. I was arguing with people. I was quick to fight all the time. But that didn't mean that I wanted to live out my whole life being like that. You have a choice now. And I'm talking about people that's they in they well over their 30s and 40s and 50s still acting like this. 25 and up, I give you some grace if you 23, 24. 25 and up, nah. It's time to get it right. It's time to get it right. But yeah, y'all know I like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
May piss somebody off, but here we go. I'm glad as a 40-year-old man, 40, I do not have a criminal history. I don't have 1,000 baby mamas around with a bunch of children around the world that I've never met. I'm happy I don't sag my pants and show my underwear around public. I'm so happy I don't smell like weed all day. There's nothing wrong with weed, right? But to smell like it every day is crazy. I'm happy to be a married man. So happy I travel outside this country. I'm happy to be a responsible, mature, critical thinking individual. It's insane to me that there's men my age who can't stay out of jail, that glorify gangster, hood, gang culture basically, right? Immature behavior basically. I'm happy I'm not that person, but the opposite. A mature, responsible, critical thinking individual.
So maybe you may say to yourself, hey, not everybody was raised correctly. Not everybody had both mother and father in the household, which is cool. But It's not your fault, right? But it's your responsibility to make a change when you see that this is not it. This ain't it. When you get a certain age, now it's time to start working on yourself, bro. You can't be sitting up here doing this same behavior. Your clothes is drenched with the marijuana smell all day. Like, come on. All of your clothes, like all of them. The hoodie, the shirt, all of it. Like it's time for people to start changing their mind and renewing your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is about. Okay, you couldn't help it growing up. Now you can start helping it. You can start making changes. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to make that change? Let's see what this brother got to say.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below.
Oh, he made this collage. Shout out to Emmanuel Cook. Okay, shout out to him. He made this. Okay, let's get it.
And let's get into the video.
People are tired of the ghetto black people. People are tired of waking up and seeing the news talking about this town has 50% more crime, 50% more shootings. The county that I live in right now is a town that's not too far from here. They're known for having bad fights, shootouts, robberies, drugs, and the majority of them are black people. We got some family to live over there, so I know. And like, people are scared to walk through there, to drive through there. They're scared they might look at them the wrong way. They go off on them or they beat them up. People are scared to do stuff around them because they're so violent. And you know what I'm talking about. Now, I know some are gonna try to pretend that's not real, like, oh, that's not real. There's no ghetto black people. There's ghetto white people too. Yes, I know, but majority of them black. Let's don't pretend, let's don't be clueless. Now, are you gonna tell the truth? Or are you gonna lie because you're mad because of what I'm saying? Because every common sense person know black people are more violent than white people. So you can be that person, but like, no, that's a lie. But we know, we see it on the news, we see it every day.
I'm going to disagree with that. Black people aren't more violent than white people. Black people are not more violent than white people. We don't have no sense of ourselves. We act out, but historically, no, we're not the most violent people. No, I disagree with that. And I'm gonna say this as well. I'm saying black people. I'm saying black people because that's who I am. That's where I come from. So I'm holding my people accountable. I'm not speaking for white people in this video. We know that, yes, there's ghetto white people as well. Yes, but I'm speaking for my people.
So be truthful with yourself first.
Why is it that majority of the black women have attitudes in these folks' establishment? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all come to work every single day with a motherfucking attitude. Everybody else so nice, sweet, and jolly, but us, no. We got to have a motherfucking attitude. And we do it in front of customers. That shit is sad. And y'all messy as fuck. Like, why are we as black women are so fucking miserable? And we bring that shit to work. Even at the doctor's office. I mean, everywhere you go. I went to the doctor yesterday. And my nurse was a white lady. She was so nice and sweet. And when she took me to check out to this black lady, the black lady was like, well, you see, she over there, don't forget, she can check out too. She can ring out too. Like, why would you say that in front of me, a patient, and have an attitude like, I don't even want you to check me out now. What the fuck is your problem? Bitch, if you didn't want to work, don't come to work. That's your job. It don't matter who don't have a customer. Like, come on, sisters, we need to get it together. We need to keep our attitudes and our misery in the car or at home. And when we clock in these folks' establishments, we need to have the utmost respect for patients, customers, or whatever. God damn it. Be professional. Leave that ghetto shit at home. Y'all weird. I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. From now on, white people, I love y'all. I don't like my sisters. Not all of them. But goddamn 99.999% of them.
I'm gonna disagree with that as well. It's not 9.9% of them. It's and we can't ignore propaganda neither. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the Tyler Perry movies, the all those movies that portray us to be violent or portray us to be sassy, and it's certain of us that do this. It's certain white people that's the way they are. That's evil. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all black people that's like, there's some decent black people out here. It's some decent white people out here. So we can't just say it's all of them. You know what I'm saying? This video is what I'm pointing at is specifically those we know those people. We know those people. They ain't got no decency about themselves. They want to fight. They want to argue all day. They just want to be loud. They want to gossip about everybody. That's what I'm talking about. So really, you really could just boil it down to evil versus good. You know, it ain't even really got to be no skin color with it, because you got ghetto Chinese people. You got ghetto Spanish people. You got ghetto Hispanics. You got ghetto everybody. So really, it just boils down to good and evil. But the reason why I'm specifically talking about blacks is because I want our people to get it right. That's why I'm narrowing it down. I'm holding my people accountable.
Hey y'all, this is just a little chat, little story time. You know, a lot of y'all may know already that.
And to piggyback off of what the sister was saying, I always say I'm a documented, but when I'm in a grocery store, when I'm about to check out anything, if it's a sister, right, I say about 8 times out of 10 they won't speak to me. 8 or 9 times out of 10 they won't speak to me. And when I'm about to check out, when I'm about to go, if it's a white person behind me, they gonna speak. They gonna speak to that white person. So I always say I'm a documented, but you know, I never did. But that it'd be true. It'd be true.
I am from Compton, California. I've lived in the inner cities of Los Angeles, Inglewood, Watts. So I'm definitely ghetto. I'm definitely a little rough around the edges for sure. But I've come to realize that my ghetto got limits. Yeah. See, I'm the kind of ghetto that don't mind going to the hood to pick up, you know what I'm saying, a good fish plate. You know, you got to go to the hood to get some real good food. It's the good seafood, the good fried chicken is in the hood. I'm that kind of ghetto. Take me to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of ghetto that I'm not scared of certain environments. You know what I'm saying? The projects don't scare me. Stray dogs don't scare me. Crackheads don't scare me. You know what I'm saying? If I hear a couple of gunshots, I ain't gonna panic. You know, just gonna duck a little bit so it don't hit me in the wig. You know, I'm that kind of ghetto. But I realize my ghetto got limits. You know, I'm not the kind of ghetto where you go to the restaurant and talk to the waiter any kind of way. They got our food. I'm not the type of ghetto to want to go to the brunch where you twerking on the table and your twerk air is in the room. I'm not the kind of ghetto that's bonded outside in the airport kind of ghetto. Yeah, no. I'm realizing that my ghetto is bougie. I may be a little bougetto. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a little bougie. I'm not the kind of ghetto that 8 o'clock in the morning, your rap music is on volume 100. Like, you can't hear? You know what I'm saying? It got to be that loud. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the kind of ghetto that just calls scenes out in public, just real loud, strong and wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the, you know, I'm not scary. You know, I am a pastor that will punch if I have to lay hands on you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But I'm not just out here looking to fight. You know, we just gonna go. We some head busters. We gonna knuck if you buck out here. Cause you know, I really, who got time for a mugshot? You know what I'm saying? I got a kid. Who gonna pick the baby up from school? You know, if I'm in jail from fighting. I'm not that kind of ghetto hanging out the window. My wig ain't glued down, so I can't really do that. And so I realized my ghetto, it got limits. It got limits, you know what I'm saying? I got a little few tattoos, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little rough around it, but it's not, I'm not tattooing the face, you know, that ain't my style, you know what I'm saying? I like to go to the hood to pick up a plate, you know, get a plate to go, not hang out. I said eat, I said get your plate. This where we hanging out tonight? No, I said Buckhead, not Bankhead, you know what I'm saying? I said a cruise, not Compton. I just, my ghetto, it just got limits. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things I'm just not prone to. I'm not privy to. I'm just not going to do. Because my ghetto, it got limits.
Bruh, she.
And I'm agree with her because when you being from the projects myself, there are some sweet people in the projects, but you might look at them and automatically put them in with this messed up crowd. You know what I'm saying? Just because a person looked that way, it don't necessarily mean it. That's why I said it's the character. So Martin Luther King, he was cooking when he said it's the content of your character. I had to sit back and that was some real stuff. It's real. Just because you in the hood or you in the ghetto, you might see somebody that's dressed down. They might look a certain way, but until you notice like how they act for real, you know what I'm saying? You really can't judge them. But you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. You see a bunch of people, they loud as hell. Yeah. Go the other way. Go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Because ninjas, they all got ratchets on them. They all keep that fire. They all got. It ain't like back in the day where you got to share a gun. People used to share guns back in the day. Nah, everybody got them now. Everybody got them now. So you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful out there. But yeah, to piggyback off what the sister said, just because you from the ghetto don't mean you have to be like that. You ain't got to be that. You know what I'm saying? Loud, ready to fight, ready to argue every 5 minutes. You don't have to be like that. So let's change, y'all. Let's try to be better.
Being ghetto and stop being palatable and stuff like that. And let me tell you this from somebody that grew up in the hood. We don't need to bring that shit back. We actually need to eradicate it. And let me tell you why. Being ghetto has caused me more problems than it has brought me fortune. And let me explain why. I feel like being ghetto built a lot of my character and built me as a person, but it also destroyed a lot of the things that I could have potentially been in life. And the reason why I say that is because the world doesn't accept ghetto people. And I know a lot of y'all like to believe that they do, but they don't. Like, I work in a conservative industry. I work in aviation. You think I got in aviation by being ghetto? Hell nah. Like, we're talking about an industry that barely let you have piercings and tattoos and nails, especially these. Like, I feel like we have to understand that being ghetto is not about an attitude. It's not something you pick up, put down. It's a lifestyle. Like, there are so many things that I had to unlearn because it was normalized when I was growing up. But in the real world, that shit is not normal. Like, for example, when somebody used to upset me, and I used to have this real bad on here, especially when people used to talk crazy to me in the comments, oh, baby, I was getting right with your ass immediately. Fuck is you talking about? I had to understand that that's not normal. Like, y'all have to understand that being ghetto, a lot of the times, is because you lack control of your emotions, you lack control of your environment, you lack control of your surroundings, you lack control of who you can and can't be around, you lack control of your life. And a lot of those people result in ghetto-ness simply because that's all that they have. Like, they barely be having a damn education. They barely be having a way to survive. So all they have is respectability politics. And that's something that I was very big on up until recently. Like, I felt the need to constantly make motherfuckers respect me. Like, you disrespect me, it's up with your ass. But now it's like, what am I really mad over? Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't give a fuck about you. Move on. Like, you have to unlearn a lot of that stuff. And I feel like a lot of people who are from the suburbs or people who have never actually been in the hood, they fantasize about it because from the outside looking in, y'all feel like all these people are getting respected, when in actuality, a lot of these people have to fight for their respect. Like, motherfuckers didn't respect me until I put my hands on them. That's not normal. Like these things are not normal. Like, you normalize them when you grow up in it, but when you get out of it, you recognize, like, wow, a lot of this is because of generational trauma, or a lot of this is because of bad habits. A lot of this is actually not things to be proud of. They're really shit. It's really shit to be ashamed of. Like, if I'm being quite honest with you, like, it's hard growing up like that, and it's hard growing up surrounded by family that's like that too, because when you get out and you start making better decisions that align with society, it makes you the black sheep, and they start to feel like you think you're better than them, and that's just so far from the truth. Like, for real.
Hey, on some real shit, ghetto people piss me off. Like,
and this is the thing. Damn, what I was about to say. I'm gonna think of it, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He ain't about to do this.
not tough. Hopefully natural selection comes your way.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below.
People, I swear to God, low-key be making me so fucking mad. Like, the ghetto fabulous is not fabulous. It's ratchet. It's straight up ratchet. And it's crazy because a lot of ghetto people be looking at people like me who is sane and turn around and say, oh, y'all are whitewashed. Y'all hanging out with too many white folks. Y'all whitewashed. Guess what? I'd rather be whitewashed. And guess what? I got people in my family that have white in them. So yeah, technically I am.
Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. When it, not being able to explain how you feel. Me as a man, I could speak on this because growing up, being young, it's like I didn't have the words to express how I felt. So what you do, typically what people do is, especially young men in the hood, right? They bottle everything in, because if they actually have a decent conversation, they don't have the words to express themselves. So if you try to have a conversation, they would sound stupid because they didn't practice the words. They don't know how to complete the sentences. And so throughout my life, I had to practice the words. What do I feel like right now? What do I feel like? And actually say it and communicate that. If it's a person who is not receptive to that, you don't be around them type of people. But there's people that will be receptive to your feelings, who respect your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I forgot what she said that made me want to speak on that. But when you keep everything bottled up inside of you, that's just a recipe of disaster. This is why you want to fight all the time. I remember it was an interview with Bootsy. Being though Bootsy was like, yeah, what he was saying, he was like, when I'm in a room, I don't let nobody overtalk me, because he feels like the person is going to shine brighter than him because they're smarter. He was basically saying that he dumb. That's what he was basically saying. So he said that's why he's so loud and overtalk everybody and don't let nobody overtalk him, because you would see the comparisons. You would see the comparisons that the person is going to be more smart than him, is going to outshine him. So he said that's why he always loud when he's in a room with people. He never let nobody overtalk him, because you could cut, the tension would be there. You could cut it with a knife. You would see the comparisons that the person would be smarter than him. I forgot what interview it was, but that always stuck with me. And the importance of learning words, learning how to relay your message and express your feelings. This is something that we lack in the Black community as young men. You know what I'm saying? Because we're a product of our environment. If our environment is just shut the fuck up, your opinion don't matter. What did I just tell you? I said this. This is why I don't believe in, bullying my kids. Like I like to give my children the option. Okay, what y'all want to do today? What do you like? What do you like? So they can feel important in expressing themselves. And this is a lot of stuff. This is why I say y'all got to get this book, Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset. Because the manufactured mindset would tell your kids they need to be in a child's place. That's the manufactured mindset. Stay in the child's place. Don't say nothing. You don't have any opinions. Your thoughts don't matter. That's the manufactured mindset. And that comes from slavery. That comes from slavery and telling your children to be quiet because the slave master or what have you don't want no noise. They want everybody to be quiet. We got to get out of that mindset, y'all. And that's what I want. It was some other stuff the sister was saying that I wanted to harp on, but maybe I'll think about it later on.
Whitewashed. Like, it low-key sucks because, you know, ghetto people be making the rest of us blacks look bad. And in reality, not all of us are ghetto. Like, seriously, those of y'all who are ghetto, please stop. Stop with the neon hair. Stop with the tube dresses. Stop with the voice. Stop. Please just stop. It gives me a headache. Just stop.
I'm not scared to say this as a young nigga myself. I ain't know who I am, but I'm a young nigga. Bro, I'm sick of you niggas. I'm sick of all you niggas. I'm sick of the YNs. I'm sick of the black ghetto hoes that smoke black and mouths. I'm sick of the old ones, the old niggas that still want to beef. I'm sick of baby. Like, I'm sick of niggas, bro.
And where he said he's sick of the old ninjas that still want to beef. This is what I see with Young Thug in him. And y'all should have said I was tuned into with academics. He was instigating everything. Everybody who had some a beef with Young Thug or something, academics was calling all of them up, had him on the phone, and he was just antagonizing the whole situation. He said, "Oh, I'm messy. Watch this. I'm about to call him. He would say something about this person, and he was just instigating the whole situation. So when he said the old ninjas that always want to keep something started, this is why. When I'm on Twitter and I'm on X and I'm trying to get the videos for a collage, right? All I'm seeing is, yeah, this rapper just passed away. This rapper just passed away. Yeah, Young Thug snitching and all this street nonsense, and they're over 30. These guys are over 30. This is why I had this problem. I was like, yo, now is the perfect opportunity to react to this video right here.
I'm sick of you niggas, bro. Y'all don't do nothing but fuck shit up. Like, that's all y'all do, bro. All y'all know how to do is fuck shit up. That's what y'all good at. Fuck shit up. You know what they need to do? They need to make another planet and put all the criminals on it. I'm sick of you niggas. So they need to do something with y'all. Some, bro. The Lord what El Salvador did, bro. They need to shut you niggas down. We need YCs, nigga. We need YDs, young detective, young nigga YSs, nigga young snitches. We need some young niggas that's gonna do something. I'm not playing. I don't care, bro. I'm sick of you niggas. You tear out in the street. Y'all don't got no job. Like, y'all just be doing shit.
Hey, hi.
That's crazy, man. He said y'all just be doing shit. But and this is the thing as well. If you know you not like these other ninjas, stop dressing like them. If you know you not like that, don't put it on the shiesty mask. Don't do the stop bit. Like, we gotta start differentiating who's who. You know what I'm saying? Let's really separate from these ninjas that be wanting to start trouble. Like, what are some of the things that we could do to separate from them? Dressing like them ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And speaking like them. I know the latest lingo is cool and all of that. That's fine. But I say start limiting it. Something got to be done.
I want us to stop making ghetto synonymous with black, because all across the board I keep seeing this black fatigue, and that's not the case. Black does not automatically mean ghetto. There's ghetto people across the board. There's ghetto whites, there's ghetto Hispanics, like there's ghetto people across the board. And I think that people everywhere have ghetto fatigue, which is true. I have ghetto fatigue. They're annoying in certain situations. It's getting out of hand. But again, it's not just black people that are ghetto, but by us keep using this black fatigue, and even as black people using this black fatigue, is giving the green light for other races to now think, oh, ghetto, black people are ghetto, which again, they're not synonymous. So let's stop using black fatigue and use it what it really is, ghetto fatigue. Because again, there are ghetto people in every race.
If you grew up,
and the whole fatigue thing comes from this sister. It was a video. She had wrote a book on it. So That's where all this is coming from. But yeah, like I said, other people are ghetto as well. But we're here for my people because I'm not other shade. I'm not other people.
Grew up hating your name as a black person. Let's talk. I grew up hating my name. I thought it was the most ghetto name ever. So much so that every time I introduce myself, even up until this point, I say, hey, I'm Q. My name is Quinasia. And up until about a week ago, I have hated my name, but not anymore. I feel like this is the perfect time to talk about it. We are in Black History Month, and this is something that I just recently learned. And on top of what I experienced, and on top of the thing I'm going to tell you that happened, I have a newfound appreciation for my name. So, did you know, back in slavery days, and I know a lot of people don't like talking about slavery days because it's like, it's so far in the past, but it's still important and affecting us today. But back in those days, black people and slaves, they were named after their slave owners. Like, they were the property of those people. They had no identity, right? So black people, when they started to develop their own culture, started to give ethnic names, these very unique names, to basically identify their people, their children, to begin having a history, to begin having a culture, right? So I hated my name, which is Quinasia, all this time. I used to ask my mom, like, why would you name me this? Like, I feel like as soon as I walk into the room and you see my name, you automatically assume whom I am. So the other day, I was at work, and
this is why at the end of some people's last name, like William's son, Jack's son, that son is the son of the slave owners. That's why it says son at the back of some people's last name.
And one of the people that I work with happened to be doing like a report. And as he's doing the report, they are mentioning another ethnic name, and I can't quite remember the name. I guess he was having a problem with the system, and he proceeded to say, oh, the reason why the system is not picking it up is because that name is not even a word. It's not a real word. So at first, I wasn't even paying attention to what was happening, but I did catch that someone sitting next to him like popped up and looked at me, I guess to see if I was going to respond. And at the time, I didn't recognize what was said. But you know how you sit and then you think about, like, you just like reflect over your day? It was at that moment, like later on in the night, that I was like, oh, hell no. The crazier part is the fact that he thought it was okay to say something like this. And I can't say whether he's racist or not. I don't believe that he's racist. I'm actually pretty cool with this person. I just think that sometimes people say very ignorant comments, and they don't recognize what it is that they're saying. But the person sitting next to him, oh, he definitely realized it, which told me there was something wrong with what was being said. I think for me, it's just the audacity of you to say something like that, knowing that my name is Quinasia. Make it make sense. Because not for nothing, he said it's not a word. So what exactly is a name? What exactly is a name? Is that not a word? So immediately I wanted to like reach out to him and say, hey, by the way, that was offensive, because you should know when you're saying something offensive. And at the time I wasn't offended, but now I am. But I didn't get that opportunity to. But instead, I'm coming here.
When something's on your mind, let it off. Let it off. It's better to let it out, speak to that person, pull them to the side, whatever, than to hold it in, because it hurts you at the end.
This has been a deeply rooted problem within the black community already. Like, we don't know our identity, and we're so busy trying to like whitewash our culture because we don't know better. We forget our ancestors did these things for a reason. I'm so grateful for this enlightening, and I just want to empower other people who have grown up hating their name, feeling like it was ghetto, not wanting to introduce themselves under their real government name that their parents gave them. Listen, own your name, own your birthright. When you walk into the room, you are worthy. It doesn't matter what your name is. As long as you show and prove that you are meant to be there, that's all that matters. Then appreciate your name. Walk in your name. Because there was a time where we didn't have the opportunity to have those type of names, to even be able to name our children that. And I understand that, like, yeah, you don't want to be prejudged before you get there. But if you carry yourself a certain kind of way, it doesn't matter what negative connotation comes with your name. Own your birthright. So instead of whitewashing my name and fit in and make them more comfortable with, you know, pronouncing my name, not being able to, not wanting to correct people when they say it, I'm going to take the extra effort to tell you my name is Quinasia. Quinasia. It's actually pretty simple. 2 syllables. Quin and Asia. You put it together, you get Quinasia. Public service announcement. I am no longer going by Q. My name's Quinasia. It's nice to meet you.
When it comes
But there has been studies done, like when they employers are hiring employees, that if you got like a ghetto name, what they perceived as ghetto names, they'll put your application to the side. You know what I'm saying? So you probably won't even make it to the building.
is who I am. You either like it or not. If you don't, that's not my problem. Keep that stuff to yourself. If you like my name, let's vibe. That's basically it.
Do you think wearing bonnets in public is ghetto? Hey y'all, it's your girl Crafty Ho, and welcome to another segment of Culture Ho, where we discuss black culture in 60 seconds. Let's get to it. Now, I know the topic of wearing bonnets in public sparks a huge debate in our community, but today I want to talk about the history of bonnets in our community. Also, if I'm going to the hair store and my hair not done, I'm going to have on a bonnet. Now, bonnets or head wraps are both a necessity for black women and a part of our cultural expression. During slavery, a lot of black women were forced to cover their hair in bonnets or wraps because our hair was considered that offensive. In Louisiana, they had tignon laws, which made it an actual requirement. Don't yell at me if I'm not saying that right. Is it tignon? Like, is it more French or is it tignon? Outside of the more discriminatory reasons,
I'm gonna say this. The Bible says the hair of a woman that's her beauty. It's so beautiful. Her hair is so beautiful that it will cause other men to lust after her. So what they would do is cover it because that beauty was only for her husband. You know what I'm saying? That's my understanding of covering a woman's hair, because it's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
bonnets and scarves protect our hairstyles. That's how we keep them fresh, whether it's the natural hair or you got some protective style. If you're a black woman, you know most likely your mama did not let you go to sleep without a bonnet. It can also protect our hair from the weather. Like if you just spend all this time doing a twist out or something, having a bonnet can be additional protection from the humidity or the wetness in the air. Bonnets are something you get from the hair store, between $1 and $5. Nothing too crazy. Which is why it's crazy to see that some brands have appropriated them and are charging $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 for them. We've always been called ghetto for wearing our bonnets. But back to my question to my black girlies. Do you think wearing your bonnet in public is ghetto? Because I wear mine. I'm still going to, but I just want to know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Culture Hole. Like always, if you want to add to the conversation, do so in my.
So that question was for the girlies. The girlies, y'all get in the comment section. Is it ghetto to wear a bonnet out in public? I would say this, right? If you're not ghetto, you're not ghetto. You're not ghetto. You know how to speak to people with respect. You're not loud. You don't like arguing with people. You're quiet natured, right? And most people who wear if the bonnet is synonymous with ghetto, I would say this: don't do the bonnet if you don't want to be mixed in with being, ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Why look like I'm not gonna walk around with no shiesty mask because I ain't no stepper. I'm not about to sit up there and run up on nobody. I'm not looking over my shoulders. I'm not gonna put on no shiesty mask because everybody else got it. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
My comments, and make sure you like, comment, share, and follow for more. Have a great day, y'all.
I get nervous and anxious around ghetto hood people. I don't like the conversation because it's causing a divide in the community. And part of the reason why it's causing a divide is because it's turning into a suburban versus hood conversation instead of it being a mentality conversation. Because it doesn't matter what neighborhood you grew up in. You could have grew up in the hood. You could have grew up in the suburbs. That has nothing to do with your mentality. You got girls who ain't never stepped foot in the hood acting like a sexy red. You got dudes who ain't never stepped foot in the hood acting like NBA Youngboy. Right? So this has nothing to do with anything besides the mentality. But the way y'all done turn this into a suburban versus people from the hood conversation is crazy. I don't know why y'all are trying to act silly like you don't understand what somebody mean when they talk about people that make them anxious and nervous. Let's take hood out of it. Let's take ghetto out of it, right? Because obviously y'all gonna keep making this be about a neighborhood that you live in. When most hoods were just regular neighborhoods until a group of people came in and ran it down and turned it into a bad neighborhood or area. Okay? So we're gonna leave the neighborhood part out of it. We're gonna talk about the mentality in itself. Anytime you get around somebody who is willing to crash out, no matter what their race is, and you could just tell that they ain't got nothing to lose, they should make you nervous and anxious. I done been around non-black people who look like meth heads, and they made me anxious and nervous. They made me lock my doors. They made me grab my purse because I don't know what you up to. You moving too much, and I don't like it. And I'm about to get away from you as fast as I can. I done pulled up to a gas station before where it's just a group of pookies just sitting around smoking, being unproductive. I'm not getting out the car. I'll find another gas station before I get out of the car because you make me anxious and nervous. I done rode through neighborhoods where those flags on your house is just a little too questionable for me. The area is just a little too odd. I'm about to get up out of this area because I don't know who y'all are that live over here, right? And y'all don't be black. But you make me anxious and you make me nervous because I don't know why you riding around with that pickup truck with that flag on it, but I don't want to find out either. I done been around girls before, ain't never came from a piece of nobody's hood. Suburban girls. But you would never know it because they put on this little act like they from the hood. Always talking about fighting, always arguing.
And they be overdoing it. They overdo it. Just people that want to be like that, they just overdo it. They be cursing when it ain't even a time to be cursing. They just be wanting to just, ain't even a time for that.
Always in some mess, but ain't never been in nobody's hood before. But guess what? They make me anxious and nervous too because I don't want to be around nobody who don't know how to have no positive conflict resolution and they resort to fighting anytime they can't get along with another woman. I hate how y'all done turn this into a classism situation and how y'all are being so disingenuous because you know good and well nobody meant that everybody from the hood are criminals. You knew that. You knew that. I read through the comment section. I didn't take anybody's comments as that. I don't think anybody thought that everybody who from the hood are criminals and bad people and that just in general people from the hood or that are ghetto make people anxious and nervous. Y'all knew exactly who they was talking about when they said that. You knew exactly the group of people who make them anxious and nervous. It's the group of people that should make you anxious and nervous because they willing to crash out and they'll take you along with it. You knew that though, but y'all are turning this into classism more than anything.
I'm about to talk shit again.
Like I said, there's some people in the hood that are very sweet, give you the clothes off their back. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they don't have the funds or they're not fortunate. They be in $1 million house or whatever. Or they probably not that situation, but they're sweet though. You know what I'm saying? But even like I look at my past, my jobs that I had and working on construction sites and like the foreman, you just know they don't like your ass. You just know they don't like your ass. They not saying nothing. They put on them dark ass shades, throw a cigarette in their mouth and tell you to get to work. And every time I went to work, my heart is racing. Like I'm just going to get fired at any day. Any day now. Just every morning I woke up, it's just any day. Any day I'm about to get fired. And you try to go above their head, they all in cahoots with each other. Make that ninja work. I see you ain't got no shovel in your hand. You can't even have a conversation with them. I'm telling you, a lot of these construction jobs, these road jobs where you got the Caucasian in the machine and you see a bunch of ninjas in the trenches with their shovel, you know what I'm saying? It just reminds you of the plantation. It just reminds you of the plantation. I've been there. I had about 35 jobs my whole life because I couldn't take it. I was ready. I was one of them. You couldn't just say anything to me. But as I got older, I learned I just took it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Everybody cover your ears. I hate how black women always equate being ghetto to black women. Like if I say, oh my God, I hate when black girls do and then I say that's ghetto, everybody's like, oh my God, you're anti-black, you're this, you're that. But it's like, it doesn't matter who does it. Just because I said I hate when black girls do such and such and I call it ghetto, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm calling black girls ghetto. White people can be ghetto, Asians can be ghetto, anybody else can be ghetto, Indian people can be ghetto too. So I don't know why, like, it seems like in the black community, you guys are like holding on to the ghetto word and making it exclusive to only black people.
This idea that modern ghetto black culture is actually a culture is a farce. It's not a culture. It's an aesthetic. Prior to the 70s, 80s in ghetto black American communities, you did not see the debauchery and the scandal that you see in ghetto black communities today. That's because back then, being ghetto was not some sort of style or a sort of aesthetic. It was a condition of life. You were poor. But being poor didn't mean that you didn't have morals. It didn't mean that you didn't have dignity. And it didn't mean that you didn't have principles. Ghetto black Americans prior to the 70s, 80s still had standards. It's only been recently that we've convinced ourselves that ghetto black culture means having a bunch of babies all over the place, extreme poverty rates, stupid, low educational standards. Frankly, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Substance abuse. That has only been recently that we have made that into a cool aesthetic, and we're putting it in our movies. We're putting it into our music. At one point in time, you could.
She said, we putting it into the movies. Now, I can't say we. I'm going to just say that it's propaganda that helped it as well. Propaganda, too.
Could not do that in ghetto black communities. You couldn't. The people wouldn't let you because being poor didn't mean having no social etiquette. It didn't mean having no social comportment. It did not mean devaluing human lives. We don't value each other's lives in ghetto black communities. We're killing each other. We're molesting each other. The girls are experiencing sexual abuse within their own households before the age of 16 years old. You could not do this stuff back then. This is new. It's not an aesthetic. It's not a culture, excuse me. Ghetto black culture is not actually a culture. It's an aesthetic. Ghetto black Americans prior to the 70s, 80s, somewhere around that era, they still had love of God, love of family, love of community, love of self, love of each other. They took care of each other. This new ghetto black culture.
We sat at the table and ate. Dinner's ready. You know, so I remember Charleston White was speaking about that. He said people don't sit at the table and eat no more together.
It's not a culture at all, and that is a hill that I will fight and die on and gladly rest in peace on.
I'm just gonna say I'm sick and tired of seeing this ratchet culture, man. We as black people, we are like, we really are the most talented, the most attractive, just the best people on this planet. But when I see like our women like just shaking ass and just with their tongue out and just ratchet, it's unattractive as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm tired of seeing it. When I see our brothers with their pants down and just talking stupid with no sense and always talk about violence and shit and sex, it's like, I'm glad we're going into this new age where a lot of us are waking up, but I really do just want like a better, healthier mindset for our people, for black people, man. It's getting bad. Like, it's unattractive. We really got to do something about it. We really do.
I seen this girl post in 2020.
The only thing we could do about it is just work on yourself. That's why I always preach that. Just work on yourself. There's nothing that you could tell somebody. I mean, of course, inspire people, but you know, there's nothing that you can't really you can't control 100 people. Like, hey, look, everybody pull their pants up. Hey, sis, you need to stop twerking. They ain't gonna listen to your ass. You know what I'm saying? They not. It's best to just work on yourself, lead by example, so other people can see, and maybe that spark will come into their mind like, hey, if he or she can do it, maybe I could too. You know what I'm saying?
25. Everybody's starting to look the same. Girls all have BBLs, veneers, bust down, wear Lululemon. And let me get my take on this. I feel like in 2025, a lot of people are starting to look the same because you girlies don't have the confidence to change our looks. As black women, we are the aesthetic and we could change our looks all the time. A lot of y'all keep the same hairstyle. You could change your hairstyle to any look. Y'all deem everything as ghetto. Y'all never try colored hair. Y'all never try longer nails or nails with arts to designs. Y'all deem that as like a class list and stuff. A lot of y'all don't have the confidence to wear even like layered jewelry anymore. Like anything that we displayed as culture, y'all just took away. That's why I admire the 90s because they took risk on their looks. Like everything is so judgmental these days. And shout out to the girlies who show up as their self. They choose to get tattoos, who choose to do like longer nails and do different styles and things like that with their hair and things like that. Like y'all deem every.
No, shout out to the people that just come out as their natural self. Just come out as your natural self. Listen, if God made y'all the most beautiful women on the planet Earth with what you already have. What you already have. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you can't really tell nobody that because as soon as you say something about somebody, they get in their emotions, they get get in their feelings. You can't say nothing to them. So really, I just be quiet. But I say look into the Black Party. I mean the Black Panther movement. Y'all remember when we all wore our afros, right? We all was just natural. What did that do? That inspired other people to try to like white people was trying to get afros. They were trying to have afros. So if we just be ourselves, it's like the Bible said that we the salt of the earth. We the salt of the, we the flavor. We the flavor of this shit. So we don't need all that additional shit. We don't need it. We like people gonna follow us just us being us.
Everything is ghetto in our culture, especially when you're trying to look like a black woman. And let's not get into wanting to look black as a black woman. Like, okay, I'm a woman who did get a BBL. Okay, because I wanted that ass fat and I wanted to be curvy and I do love to look black. And I got fillers as well. Like, I love looking like a black woman. Okay, it's nothing wrong with wanting to look like us. Y'all was okay when the other races started to look like us and y'all praised them, even bought their products when they were getting plastic surgery. So please not talk about the individuality of black women. It's plenty of women out here that have unique styles, but y'all deem them as like classless because they don't.
Surgeries and stuff don't make you look black. Like you already you come out the womb being you. We didn't start that surgeries that they've been doing. Paris Hilton and all of them, their little lip fillers and all that. They trying to look like us. They was trying to look like us. That's why I said we the salt of the earth. We ain't got to be doing all of this extra shit. We don't have to do it. We wear them big ass afros. People be looking like, wow, look at your hair. Let me get your damn hands off my head. Get your hands off my head. I'm telling people be amazed at that. Our hair is unique. Like it's everybody here can't do. Like, come on, bro. Like we are very unique.
I want to wear simple clothes or want to give that clean girl aesthetic. So be fucking for real and do better in 2025. Try some looks, try some different styles. If you do not have kids yet, this message is for you. Coming from a 30-year-old mom of 3 with 3 different baby daddies, listen up, y'all. While you are out here dating and talking to niggas and having a roster and just doing you, living your best life, but calling up some meat whenever you get an urge in your flesh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Use protection. Please use protection. Do not let these men who you are just having fun with, who you are just sleeping around with, impregnate y'all. Do not let these men impregnate y'all that you are not in a real committed relationship with, who you don't know like that. You don't know his family. You don't know what's in his bloodline. You don't know how he acts when he gets angry. Or you do and you like it because, you know, y'all toxic and you think it's cute. Don't let them type of men impregnate you, sis. It may be fun for now. You may think that, you know, you getting your rocks off and his meat is good.
But this is the thing. Young sisters that listen to her, they gonna say, oh, you a dinosaur. You just jealous of me. You just jealous of me because I'm who you used to be, and then until they end up like that. So I mean, some sisters might listen. Some sisters might listen, but I say listen to the Bible, man. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing until you're married. Now I see why God said that. Now I see why He said it.
But let me tell you how it creates unnecessary trauma, unnecessary soul ties that your later self is going to regret. Now, I had my first kid at 18. I had my second kid at 21. And I was a mess in both of those stages. And even though my second baby daddy, we was in a relationship, it was very toxic. I dealt with a lot of domestic violence, a lot of cheating, a lot of dumb stuff. We both was young. I was 21. He was 27. So we dealt with all that. But long story short, he went to jail. He ain't been home since. And when he went to jail 8 years ago, I took it upon myself to level up, to be better. I didn't want to just be a baby mama. I wanted to be a wife. I didn't want to stay in the hood. I wanted to raise my kids in a better environment. So once I did all that, I attracted the man of my dreams, whom I'm with right now. And now I live the life of my dreams. Like, I live a good life and I have a good family, and I'm so appreciative. Let me tell you, sometimes when you finally get what you prayed for and you thought you've healed, once you get in a new relationship and it's different, whew, man, that's...
You get bored and want to go back to the toxicity. We know. It's like, nah. It's like, nah. Nah, I'm joking. But not all sisters are like that. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to discipline yourself. When you are in a marriage and everything, you know, all the fireworks fall down. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to re-spark it. Don't go back out and trying to go back to your old life. You know what I mean? You work too hard to get where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
That's when that trauma starts boiling, and that's when you are so used to arguing, to being in dysfunction. You don't even know how to love. You don't know how to be loved.
Hold on. What we supposed to be talking about? We supposed to be talking about black fatigue.
That video and the other videos have, started a lot of conversation and a lot.
I'm going to leave a link in the description. We way past the time. I didn't expect to go this far with it. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about, the noisy people, the people that always want to fight. And the reason why I'm talking about black people, because I want my people to do better. I know that there's other nations of people that are ghetto as well. I know that. But I'm speaking on my people, because I want my people to do better. So y'all let me know what y'all think about us doing better. You know what I'm saying? Men and women over 30 still out there doing the things that, the 16 and 17-year-olds doing. You know what I'm saying? Academics, Young Thug, and but on the phone. Boy, don't make me come slap you. 35, 40 years old. All this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. Going, y'all.